Hey, I'm Go Vieira Go Home. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel. We're going into our 1 year of working on this layout, and we're going to take a look at everything that we've done right now. Wow, it's hard to believe that it's already been 1 year. Last July, we moved into this house. I said goodbye to my old layout, and of course I had to start a new one. So, with that, definitely came a lot of planning and organizing and figuring out what I need, what I didn't need, building, lots of materials, and lots of track for sure. But we've gotten so much done in such a short amount of time, and I couldn't be happier. Let's take a quick look. We're going to start over on this side here, of course, with the helix, and we're going to talk about this a little bit and how that's coming along. So the overall helix itself, it sits on a 6x6 platform, and it's supported from the rear, or the inside, I guess you could say. All these posts have L brackets that stick out, and they're all supported from the inside except for the one against the wall here, which supports it from the outside. Doesn't move. It's stuck. That ain't going anywhere. All the well, this is my whatchamacallit piece, my template. So that's my template that I cut all my quarter turns, and obviously I do 4 to go around. And what I basically do is I'll take this off of here, I'll screw it to this piece, and then I put the piece in, and then I screw it to the back. And it holds it in place and keeps everything steady. I could do about 3/4 at a time, because basically I will put the wood, and then I will glue down my cork, and then I paint the whole thing black. And it's just a black acrylic paint. And then I will lay my track. I don't paint the track or anything on my helix, but I do make sure that it is nice and clean. I do solder my track. I don't have any kinks or anything. Doesn't warp, and everything seems smooth. My bottom level does have a yard, as you can see. It's not a huge yard, but I believe 7 tracks, and I do have a little maintenance facility and paint shop there. This all still has to be ballasted, and power needs to be connected to each one of those tracks. There is feeders dropped from them, but they're not connected to the rest of the layout yet. I did a bit of work back on Canada Day, and I did that live, and it's basically just the rocks underneath the bridge here. I'm going to continue that along, and there's the graffiti there. Did some graffiti on there. And of course my rock walls and whatnot, which I am still working on. This whole area here needs to be static grassed as well, because I only got up to about, you can kind of see where it ends here. And this is more of how it's going to look. So I've got all this bushed area here. I've added a bunch of trees and more ballast. And this section here, you know that I've been working on this a lot. I got all that ballasted in there. You saw me do that live. And of course, there's also the telephone poles that I got in last month, and we did the overview on that and the install. Hopefully you got a chance to see that video. And I did install some lights, overhead lights there on those doors. I'm just waiting for lights for this here, and then I'll be able to put the caps back on and maybe a few other detail parts. And then I'll be able to weather the whole thing up and it'll be good to go. Back up to my second level here. This building, if it doesn't look too familiar, was actually on my last layout. It didn't look as complete as it does now though, and that's because I fixed it. During the move, about a year ago, it took a couple of tumbles, to say the least, and I've since repaired it, and I've added more of the knock brick sheet to make it look more completed. I also used grip tape or sandpaper with a sticky backing and added it to the roof. I still plan on adding roof details, vents and air conditioners and stuff like that to the top, but that'll happen eventually. This yard, which you can see now, has all the ties in it, and the paint comes right up all the way to maybe about here, kind of right this area. I wanted to make sure that all the track down here was painted, and I've since cleaned it probably about 2 or 3 times already. Tested the trains going in and out of the building. I had to readjust the track so that it would go into the building here, because it was I think it was a little too far off this way, so I needed to move it this way a little bit. So I ended up cutting a chunk right out of here, and then yeah, it was a whole ordeal. It took me maybe about an hour, but it works, and I'm very happy with it. Another thing that I've been working on this past month was this entire section here. Not only did I raise the land here, but I was able to get paint so that I can repaint this entire wall and the bridge to match that side. That I didn't need to correct at all, but this I did. And when we take a look, you'll see that I've got a different color bridge back here, because that's a metal bridge, which has the oxidized red to it, and this is the concrete. So at one point it was just the one bridge, but then they added a second one. Made it look a little bit fancier. But it just means that we've got a neat bridge here that is now installed, and trains can make it through the station here now. So that's pretty cool. Did paint my road. Don't know why. I think it was just one of those filler things to do. I do definitely need to add more road, and I'm getting some buildings to go, in here to fill this out a bit, because this is a downtown, right? And all I did was, like, I got this, it's a 2 feet by 2 feet square. It was like $8 at Home Depot. Cut it in half, so it's 1 foot deep and 2 feet long, and raised it up, attached it. So this is all level here, and put some shims underneath here to hold it up. That's all support, and because it's an inch thick, it's not gonna really warp or do anything. So yeah, I also dropped the feeders from in here. I've got about 6 or 7 feeders that I've dropped. I've attached them all to a board, which I doubt you can see because it's nice and dark under there. I've added lights under the bridge here, which are not connected to anything because they're just there for now. I got more lights from Otter Valley, and these 6 lights, because there's 2 lights in each one, they're for the station. You guys remember I had a lit station last time. I ended up using those LEDs for something else. I don't know what, probably a building of some sort. So I had to get more for the station here. So I have to install those though. Maybe by the next time I do a review, or not review, a layout update, those will light up as well. Couple more highlights from the month. If you take a look, I've got my bench work done for my 3rd level all the way around, except for that little spot there. And the piece that goes up here, and basically that piece there. But I'm not doing those until like later, when I do my top level and I put in that piece, like the plywood up there. But yeah, basically now that all this is done, I was able to, you can kind of see, I did run my LEDs. So my entire 2nd level, basically, except for this piece here, but the main, all this lights up and stuff. And the entire bottom level lights up and stuff. So that's cool too. And yeah, I've been working on a lot of kits. Working on these every Sunday on the Sunday brunch kit builds. And I'm lucky enough now to do some work on the ethanol series. Because what was I doing in June when I wasn't buying trains? I was buying kits. And I managed to find, I want to say 6 out of the 7 Walthers ethanol kit buildings from that series. So we're going to be starting this going forward, and we're going to be working on these for the next couple of months to get all these done. And they're going to go right up here. That's right. I'm going to do a whole ethanol building or plant. I've done them before, but I sold them all when I had cleared out all my inventory and stuff a few years back now. But I was able to find them again. 9 years out of production. That's crazy. So a big thank you to everybody who helped me find them or get in touch with those who did have them, and for those who are willing to give them up. So it's awesome. I love these kits. These are like this is my favorite industry. So it'll be nice to do that. Hence why I need more of the the tanker cars. That was our 1 year in review or overview of everything that we've done since moving in here 1 year ago in July. I've accomplished a lot. A lot of this, I mean, I've had help. So big shout out to those who have helped me, like Bubs. And I know for the most of this year, it's been lockdown after lockdown. So that's probably why I got a lot of this done. I've been working from home. So, you know, it's all those times when I'm on break that I'll come out here and I'll chip away at something. You know, I'll wire something up. I'll put a kit together. I'll spray paint something, you know. It doesn't take 15 minutes to do that, but I can fill up 15 minutes. So just really happy to be able to, you know, get this thing going, getting it off the ground and get right back into it. It's nuts. And a huge part of it is the support from the community, support from you guys, you know, your comments and questions and, you know, so overall support and wanting to see more and wanting me to share what I love doing and what you love seeing. And it just makes the experience just that much better. It's nuts. So, thank you. Thank you so much. There's so much more to do still. And get ready, because we have that golden spike that's coming up very soon. Mind you, it's not going to be really a golden spike, but golden soup can. But stay tuned for that. And don't forget, I still have this package here that I do want to open. It is super fragile. But you're going to have to wait. You have to wait to see what that is. It's a pretty big box too. So, but I'm Go Veer, Go Home. I want to thank you again for all the support, all the comments, joining in on all the lives, and helping me through this journey that is HO scale model railroading. We'll see you guys real soon.